Yo, it's yo, boo. Y'all let me send a cut. So hey, today, bro, we finna watch YouTube's Darkest Videos 2, by Nick Crowley. Also the mic gonna sound different cause this shit not working right now. I don't know why. So I'm gonna have to use the audio for my camera and shit. And yeah, bro, Nick Crowley. I'm not gonna lie, Nick Crowley, bro, I got put onto him when he had like 100k, 90k, and I'm not gonna lie, I thumbed through his older videos. His shit wasn't getting no like 2k views, 1k views, and now he made it. Nigga about to hit 1 million. Like, bro, and it's only been a year. Before that, he was trying to make videos for like 2 years. So, bro, that's inspiration, bro. You feel me? You could give up 1 year, not knowing that year that you gave up could have been your year. That's why you never could give up on your dreams, bro. Even if you're 70, still trying. You can make it at 71. You never know, bro. So that's why you can never give up, bro. But hey, let's get to this.
Nature gathering its forces for still another unending assault on man.
1-800 Embassy for Res.
It sounds like it came right out of a zombie movie.
Computers are living in everyone.
Go below and stay below ground level.
Oh yeah, also I'm gonna have to make this a 2-part video because this shit gonna be too long. Also, my camera, that shit, it cuts the clips into 2. I could edit it into one whole 50-minute video, but that's probably how long this one gonna be, like 50 minutes to 40. But I don't know, I'll see how it is, because I just don't want to make a 50-minute video mad long, you feel me? So I'd rather put it into 2 parts.
Tornado warning.
April 9th, 2015, a tornado begins to form during the evening hours in the small town of Franklin Grove, Illinois, quickly growing larger and larger by the minute to the point of reaching an unprecedented size for the area. Miles away in the town of Fairdale, 67-year-old Geraldine Schultz spotted the vortex forming in the distance. Worried, she called her husband Clem into the kitchen, where the two would stand watching the tornado out their window. For the couple, tornadoes were nothing new, and Clem was quickly able to determine that the storm would likely miss them to the east. But just to be safe, he went upstairs to grab some lanterns, in the likely event of a power outage. Upon doing so...
Bro, that's crazy that they so used to tornadoes that they see a tornado and they're not even phased. They're like, oh, this shit not gonna pass us, but let's get some lights just in case. Bro, if I see a tornado, nigga, I'm doing the dash. I could be in my boxers. I don't care. I'm doing the dash. Like, imagine seeing a tornado and telling yourself, oh, I'll be fine.
Clem would catch a glimpse of the tornado outside the bedroom window, having grown significantly closer. Its wind speeds were well over 200 miles an hour, and having been classified as an EF4, it was the largest twister
EF4? Isn't the highest of 5?
the area had ever seen. In awe of its size, Clem began to record out the window, still certain that the storm was heading east.
And you're recording.
But unfortunately, he was wrong. And in reality, the powerful storm was heading directly towards him. By the time Clem would realize this, it was far too late. There was no time to run, and not a chance to hide. All he could do was stand there helplessly and watch.
I mean, bro, if you was in this scenario, wouldn't it be best to make an underground bunker? So if a tornado does hit, it's not about to pick up the ground. So wouldn't you be fine in a bunker?
It was a direct hit, as the EF4 tornado tore through the house before Clem could even say a word, quickly turning the home that had once stood there for 100 years to dust and rubble. And buried beneath it all was Clem, along with his wife of 25 years. Against all odds, Clem would somehow survive, pulling himself up from the field of debris. It was a storm that would go on to destroy numerous homes and take the lives of 2 people, one of whom was Clem's neighbor and good friend Jacqueline Closa, who lived in the house that Clem had filmed being destroyed just moments before it struck him, and the other being Geraldine, Clem's wife and best friend. Days following the disaster, a family member who had been searching the area for anything salvageable would stumble across Clem's phone, which miraculously was still working. And on it would be the now infamous video that showed the point of view of a man being struck head-on by a tornado, and somehow surviving. The imagery, the sounds, and the context make this clip one of the most shocking I have ever seen,
crazy.
As well as one of the darkest across all of YouTube.
That's insane.
Has passed.
And I'll bet you that shit wasn't an iPhone. That shit was a droid. Cause no iPhone is gonna survive that type of impact. I'm gonna be honest, and I'm an iPhone user myself. But I already know if I'm in a tornado, this shit about to break.
Before we move on to the next video, I want to briefly thank today's sponsor, Case Impact.
A new high-tech way to find out who's at the door.
With a video doorbell, you'll never miss a visitor.
Chapter 1, Man at the Door.
In the past few years, the world has seen a boom in the use of doorbell cameras, mainly because of instances like this.
Oh, they got a camera. Oh, they got a camera.
Capturing and exposing criminals in the act, from the most petty of thieves all the way to attempted murderers and kidnappers. Due to their knack for capturing disturbing encounters, the videos that have
I'm not gonna lie, these Ring cameras, they're good to have in your crib, but they're terrible for a nigga trying to do some devious shit. You feel me? Like, not even if you was trying to hit a lick. Like, let's say right here, right? It's gonna pop up.
Due to their knack.
Let's say right here, right? You have a drive-by, a nigga right here. They gonna pull up all the Ring cameras in this area and see this one, and just by this camera, you gonna get caught. You feel me? But if that wasn't there, you wouldn't get caught. So, hey, it's good because it helps the house, but it's ass for niggas trying to hit licks and shit like that.
Capturing disturbing encounters. The videos that have emerged from these devices have practically carved out their own genre here on YouTube, to the point that many, including myself, have almost become desensitized to them. But recently, a video began making the rounds, showing the events that transpired at a Las Vegas home on the evening of July 21st, 2021, and it proved to be one of the most chilling I have ever seen.
That's why I tell niggas, bro, like, if you gonna do some shit, bro, have in your mind you're gonna get caught. Don't have in your mind you're gonna get away with it. Because shit like this, you feel me? You don't know it unless you case the whole area and see every single camera where it's at, so you know where to go, what routes to take. You're not gonna know. You feel me? There could be a Ring camera up there and you'll miss it. You won't know. You feel me? So it's like, bro, nowadays it's so hard to get away with shit unless you're in like a rural area like Jacksonville, Florida, or a really bad area like Chicago or some shit. You feel me? Then that's different, but just a normal place like Las Vegas, you def gonna get caught, bro.
It happened around 8 p.m., where a young lady had been working in her kitchen, waiting for her husband to return home from work. It was another 100-degree day in Vegas, and likely in an attempt to cool down, she would open her window to let the evening breeze in. Unbeknownst to her, this harmless decision would lead to a terrifying series of events. Outside of the home, a man had been wandering the suburban streets aimlessly, roaming throughout the neighborhood before stopping in his tracks. In front of him was the open window and a clear view of the woman inside. It was a chance sighting that would lead to the man approaching the house and ringing the doorbell, where the camera would begin to record.
Are you sure? I just rang your doorbell because I have a couple questions for you. Are you sure? I just rang your doorbell because I have a couple questions for you. Are you sure? What? Are you sure? I just rang your doorbell because I have a couple questions for you. Are you sure?
The man stands there ringing the doorbell and knocking at the door, repeating the same sentences over and over again, calmly stating that he just wants to ask a few questions. However, the woman inside had never met this man. In fact, she had never seen him before this moment. And to make it all stranger, she didn't respond to anything the man was saying, and was out of his line of view as he peeked through the door. So the phrases that he was saying were not in response to anyone, and instead...
Yeah, bro, he's off some shit.
He was speaking to himself.
He's on some shit.
Fearing for her safety, the woman inside didn't open the door or engage him at all, leading the man to take things a step further.
Are you positive? I just have a couple questions for you. Are you sure? Are you positive? Are you sure? Are you absolutely certain?
He begins trying to open the door, but thankfully it was locked, causing the strange man to start walking away, cursing under his breath. The footage is incredibly off-putting, and although the man seems to stay perfectly calm, there was something very aggressive and erratic about the way he was speaking, making one wonder what his true intentions were when he approached the house. As the man begins to walk away, the woman's husband, still at work, would chime in through the doorbell after noticing the situation begin to unfold, which in turn would lead to the man revealing why he was ringing the doorbell.
So, how are you?
What? Yeah?
Are you sure? Who are you?
Yo, that shit's lit as fuck, bro. I forgot you could do that. You could talk to a nigga through the ring. That shit is actually fire, bro. That shit is actually fire, bro. If you're a plug, you need this. But delete all the footage at the end of every single day. Because you never know, cops might pull up, search the recordings and see man niggas pulling up. But if you was a plug and you had this shit niggas pull up to your crib, especially if it's a crackhead, yo, what you need? You don't even need to come out. You avoid the licks. You avoid getting licked. And then you throw it out the window. That's perfect.
Yeah, can you hear me? What I'm looking for is for the girl that's in the house to come out here because I'm going to put her in Canada. You have her open the door? I'm going to ring the girl that's on the other side of this door when she lets me in.
It was no secret.
Nigga, why would you say that? Yeah, this nigga is off something, bro. Why would you say that?
He outright says it, even revealing that he had the weapons to make it happen.
I want to ring her because I have a knife, a gun. And I'm going to knock on the door again.
If that woman had opened the door...
Wait, he has a gun? Bro, I'm not gonna lie. I wish there was some shit that would, like a detector that would detect the niggas with poles. Cause if I seen him on the strip, that's an easy lick. Easy lick, bro. Easiest lick. Give me that pole. Easy ass lick. You feel me? Even if he got a pole. Cause you could tell he the type that you gonna pull up and he's not even gonna pull out the pole first. He pull out the knife first. And then the pole if he really needs it. But niggas like him, bro, you go up behind them. You feel me? Choke him, knife point, have this shit right here. Drop all your shit. Drops it, picks it up, get the fuck away. And now you got a free pole. I'm giving tips, bro. I'm giving $1 million ideas right now.
Or if that door had been unlocked, well, we know what would have happened. But thankfully, neither of those situations played out, and instead, the man walked away muttering the same phrases over and over again.
Yeah. What?
even staring at the house for a few moments before finally disappearing into the night. Police were called to the area moments later, but the man was nowhere to be found. As quickly as he had entered this couple's life, he was now gone, leaving them with the reality that at any moment he could return. Scared for her life, the lady posted the clip online, where it would quickly go viral across YouTube, which honestly may have ended up saving a life. The following day, a viewer of the video would recognize the same man walking in another residential area, in one that was not too far away from the house where the encounter took place. And after the police were called, the man would be quickly arrested before he could play out his disturbing fantasy. When confronted and asked for his name, the man would simply state that he was the Holy Spirit, and said nothing more, though his real name was revealed to be Christopher Sums, a man who had passed charges of stealing, assaulting, and intimidating a witness, with his mugshot being nothing short of completely haunting. But what I found most surprising...
I mean, that's not haunting, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Me being like a nigga that was in the system at a time,
being nothing.
If I see this mugshot right here, I'm thinking, first thought, this nigga's a goofy, he's trying to put on an act. Cause my nigga, you don't even look intimidating, bro. Literally me smiling is more intimidating. This is more intimidating than that. And I'm not even trying. Just my smile is more intimidating than that, my nigga. This is not intimidating. And you're balding. L.
Nothing short of completely haunting. But what I found most surprising was the fact that he didn't always look like this. In fact, just a few years ago, he looked completely normal. And according to his LinkedIn, he had a fairly impressive work history.
That's the same person? Damn.
And what seemed to be a good life, until for whatever reason, things spiraled in the wrong direction.
Yeah, he probably started doing
As it stands,
some drugs or
Christopher
some
is being
shit.
evaluated to see if he is mentally fit to stand trial, as many believe that he likely suffers from some kind of psychological condition, hence the repeating phrases and the strange behavior. Though his blatant and rapid change in appearance might also point to heavy drug use, or even a combination of both. But regardless of what was behind his behavior that day, the situation and the subsequent video is haunting, and could have been so much worse had that door been opened.
Are you sure?
I feel like everyone's out to get me.
This is Tebebe
Tebebe Makonnen.
YouTube is a site that draws in people from all walks of life, each with their own unique motivation for starting up their channels. Some are in it for the money and the fame, while others are in it for the love of creating content. But sprinkled throughout the site are...
I'm in it for both, my nigga. I like making content, making people laugh, but I'm also trying to make it, bro. I'm trying to make this my career. You feel me? Cause, bro, this is just my reaction channel. My normal channel, where I make actual videos that are funnier type shit. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Me personally, I'm better than 80% of these other motherfuckers making those same type of videos. I'm not gonna lie. You feel me? Not to discredit nobody, but bro, I do everything by myself, and it looks just as good as motherfuckers that have teams with managers and video directors and all those niggas. My shit looks the same as theirs or even better. And I'm just here, I'm just a nigga in his room using Adobe Premiere Pro. So bro, I know what I could do. I know what I'm capable of. You feel me? So it's like, bro, I forgot what the fuck I was talking about, but bro, just know, never give up on your dreams, bro. If you think in your head, oh, I could do this, I could do that, do it. Don't, bro, don't sit there and talk yourself down like 40 minutes. I mean 40 years or some shit, some bullshit. Do it, my nigga. Stop making excuses and do it. You feel me?
Select few who come here to feel heard and to get something off their chest. Something that for 27-year-old Tebebe Makonnen would be his primary motivation for posting his first and only video on March 17th, 2018. Tebebe had struggled his whole life with mental illness, suffering from both schizophrenia and bipolar disorder. These mental illnesses led to an event in 2013 where he would wander off from his home unprovoked. Outside, he began to walk for miles, essentially in a daze, before finding himself in what he described as a very dangerous part of town. Thankfully, Tebebe would be safely found before anything had happened to him, but this incident would prove to be life-changing, as it would lead to his hospitalization due to his unpredictable and dangerous behavior. This would also start a long spell of being given heavy medication to help with his schizophrenia and bipolar disorder. Over the course of the next 4 years, Tebebe would find himself in and out of the hospital and prescribed a variety of powerful antipsychotic drugs, something that would consume his life as he felt like he was no longer in control of his actions. And feeling trapped, he would turn to YouTube to share his story.
Hello, this is Tebebe Mukonin. I'm talking and putting this video because I wanted to bring awareness to a situation that I'm dealing with that's very painful. I was hospitalized June 25th, 2013. I went there to supposedly get an IV. I ended up being forced to take medication, and it was pure hell. They gave me Haldol, Risperidol, and they were forcing antipsychotics down my throat. It was absolute torture and hell.
In the 10-minute video, Tebebe made it clear that he was not consenting to this medical treatment, and he explained how the medication he was forced to take made him feel like a zombie, even saying that it had gotten so bad that he had thoughts of taking his own life.
It was bad. It was really bad, and I had suicidal ideation.
Throughout the clip, Tebebe comes across as intelligent and well-spoken, but traces of his illness shine through periodically. For instance, he explains how immediately after being released from the hospital on multiple occasions, he would wander away from his home, even attempting to be homeless for a while admitting that he didn't know why this was an issue, or why it would always lead to him going back to the hospital.
I got off, and I think I had another episode as they like to say, where I said I wanted to be homeless. That's it. All I said was I wanted to be homeless. So, and I proceeded to be homeless. And next thing I know, the cops came and they arrested me and they took me back to the hospital. Then after that, I left and I tried to be homeless again, and I was hospitalized.
Okay, I see where he's coming from. You feel me? This is a tricky situation, bro. Cause people like him, I don't know people like him. You feel me? I got friends that have people like him, type shit. And I see both sides. You feel me? 50-50. I see why he feels like that. You feel me? He feels like he has no say. He's isolated, which is true. He's being held at hospitals under medication and shit. But I see them like his parents and the medicine side, the hospital side, because it's like, bro, if you're not on those medicines, you're gonna be a danger to yourself and others. So why not just give him medicine? You feel me? So it's 50-50. I see where both of them coming from.
Things would be further escalated as Tebebe.
But this is tricky though, bro. I feel like mental asylums and shit like that, because realistically, if his parents didn't care about him like that, they would put him in a mental asylum and shit like that. But I feel like I don't know. I don't work there, so I don't know how regulated it is. I just know it's not regulated at all. You feel me? But like, they should just have places for people like him, where they could just wander around, shit like that. Like, but then that would cost too much money. Makes sense. That would cost too much money to make. And then not getting any money back. Makes sense.
Tebebe casually explains how he has violent outbursts, even resorting to punching multiple people who were trying to give him medication, as well as starving himself in retaliation.
So I started getting violent, and I started punching people.
And bro, the best thing to do in this scenario, if you have to give a nigga medicine, and they get mad at you, my nigga, just put it in their food. Just crush it up, and put it in their food. And now they're medicated. Like, it's not that hard.
And I
bro.
started attacking people in the hospital.
Unless that's illegal. Unless that's illegal.
Tie me down. I began to lash out like, I'm going to protest this. I'm going to starve myself as a way of hopefully stopping this ridiculous forced treatment for absolutely nothing.
And by the end of the video, Tebebe flat out explains that he does not have any sort of mental illness, or have any symptoms for that matter, calling what was happening to him an injustice.
I guess I'm just trying to let you guys know the injustice that goes on.
It's a truly depressing situation, as on one hand he is being forced to take medication that essentially makes him feel dead inside, while on the other hand it seems very apparent that treatment is necessary to not only keep others around him, but himself safe, as he doesn't seem fully aware of how serious some of his actions are. Tebebe concluded the video by asking those watching what they thought of his situation, and though it didn't garner many views, a select few would stumble upon it and agree with his stance that the treatment he was receiving was unlawful, with many insinuating that he should continue to protest and not take his medication. These comments are unfortunately no longer available, as just a few weeks ago the video was removed. But they had been reflected across multiple sites as people called out the commenters for essentially trying to convince someone to go off his medication cold turkey, and doing so without knowing the true extent of his medical history, which obviously is irresponsible.
I mean, yeah, bro, he's schizophrenic, bro. I don't know the full depths of schizophrenia, but I know schizophrenic people, they're crazy. You feel me? But I don't know how it works. I thought it was like a nigga sees hallucinations or some shit and hears voices in their head, but it's probably some other shit too. But
responsible and potentially very dangerous. But unfortunately, these conflicting viewpoints came years later, and in that time surrounding the video's release, Tebebe had likely found the verification he was looking for. He was going to keep protesting his medication. This video would be the first and last that we would ever hear from Tebebe, but it wouldn't be the last we'd hear of him. Just 2 months following the video, Tebebe would make the local news after having an encounter at the hospital.
26? Oh, I was gonna say, like, if you're underage, you feel me? I thought if once you're 18, like, you feel me, you could do whatever you want once you're an adult, but I guess not. That makes sense, bro. Nigga's 26 being babied. Of course he's gonna get mad.
The therapist entered his room to talk with him, when suddenly Tebebe snapped, grabbing her and refusing to let go, while performing lewd gestures toward her, and eventually pinning her on the ground, refusing to let her go. The situation led to Tebebe being arrested for sexual battery, but no jail time was ever given, as instead, a plea deal was reached where Tebebe agreed to stay in the hospital, and most importantly, he agreed to go back on his medication and take it as prescribed. It's this note that hints at the idea that he had likely gone off his medication before this incident, something that would have directly led to his violent outburst. And given the event's proximity to the video that he had just posted, and the comments supporting his desire to stop taking his medication, it's not hard to theorize that Tebebe may have cut off his meds due to the advice of his comment section, or at the very least was further convinced that it was the right thing to do. Regardless, it seemed clear that the inconsistencies with his medication had caused him to lose control. And this
also I'm trying to blow it away from y'all. So that's why I'm doing that shit.
Wouldn't be the last time. In the summer of 2019, Tebebe was staying at an Embassy Suites hotel with his mother Zalem Abje, who had been caring for him around the clock. He had been moved there from the hospital as part of his treatment plan, as it kept him close by and easy to monitor regularly, but it also made him free of being cooped up in a hospital room, which clearly he didn't enjoy. The change of scenery was likely supposed to calm Tebebe and his growing anger issues, but unfortunately, his violent outbursts did not stop there. On August 20th at 1:30 a.m., Tebebe would get into an altercation with his mother in their hotel room. It's not clear what had started the arguments, but things would quickly turn physical, as Tebebe started to shove his mother, pushing her so hard that it would knock her out of the room, and then onto their balcony. Their room was on one of the top floors